Hello, this is Ross with 508 Loop Detected, back with another video about the EC500. And this time we're going to talk a little bit about some of the features that are available in the I/O expander, which is the second half or the most recent module in the series. And as the name implies, one of the main focuses of the I/O expander is external I/O. All right, so what I've got going on right now is got a lame little patch in my modular synth, and I'm pulling that into the I/O expander. So I'm gonna turn that down so that it's not distracting me or you. All right, so first things first, I'm gonna unpatch some of the bits and pieces here so we can kind of see what's going on. And bear with me for 1 second. All right, so let's see here. Those two are there. Those two are there. All right. So what we've got to refresh your memory is the error.core has 9 different oscillators. 3 of those oscillators, the 3 on the far left, have control voltage input. So they have the ability to bring in control voltage from somewhere else, some external source. And then that's going to modulate their oscillations to one degree or another, right? And so I've got 2 channels coming in here to the I/O expander. So there are 2 external inputs. At the moment, I have it set up so that there is my kick drum coming in, and then that kind of dorky synth line coming in as well. So I unplugged them. You know, I don't have a whole lot. I can sit there and swap between colors, but that's about as far as it goes. So one of the interesting features of the EC500 is that it's got the ability to not only do manual rotation between red, green, and blue, but also we can trigger that off of pretty much anything we want to, right? So if I pull in one of those 2 channels, then you can see that depending on the amplitude of the signal that's coming in on that input channel, it can actually auto trigger. So here I'm going to turn that back up. We can sort of hear it in sync. So at the moment, that's the synth line that is triggering the color change. So I'm going to switch that over to the kick drum. And so then what you should notice is that with every kick drum beat, sorry about that noise. With every kick drum beat, you're getting a color shift that's going along with that, basically. So that's one nice feature. But then obviously also we can use those external inputs to modulate the individual channels as well. So I'm going to put this patch back together that I had going on, and then what we'll do is we will turn one channel down at a time. We can kind of talk about what's happening here. So I'm going to take that back out of there so the colors aren't shifting. And then we'll just turn one thing down. So, all right. So right there, what we've got is actually here. Let me rotate that around to where it's blue. There we go. So that is the kick drum coming in. It is modulating that channel. And oops, I jiggled it, so now that's happening. But so you can see that as you flip things around, you can get different types of modulation. That one's free running right now, so I'm gonna leave that one where it is, and then we'll go on to another one. So the green channel, you can see that one is being modulated by the little melody we've got coming in from the synth, and that's basically a sine wave, although it's going through a filter. Give it that little wah wah sound. I'll turn that back up again so you can hear it. And so basically what we're doing is we're visualizing literally the frequency of that tone, right? So, and you can actually literally see basically the sinusoidal waveform on the screen, and that's being, that's literally a function of what we're hearing. And so I'm going to turn that one back down, and then we can look at the other version of that. So I got 2 channels that are currently being modulated. And my intention was actually to have one of those. I think I flipped those around. So we're going to put this back the way there we go. So now we're going to There we go. That's what I had set up initially. So you can see there is now the green channel is being modulated by the kick drum. And depending on the intensity of that, then you know, you can and then on each of the inputs as well, you have control over both the gain and the bias. So I can, let's see, what am I on? Oh, I'm on the wrong one. All right, so too many knobs. So I can turn the bias voltage up, which in that case is going to push it off the top of its usable range. I can also turn the gain down, right? So you can see how modifying the gain on the input signal, it goes to not quite to 0, but it attenuates at one end, and then it actually amplifies the further up you go. All right, so let's bring all this back together. Can tweak that back to where it's producing something usable. There we go. That's nice. And finally, 3 over here. And then, as you know, the thing that we were doing at the beginning was that we were actually, instead of manually rotating the colors, we were using the kick drum to rotate the colors. And this is what really this system was really initially designed for. A lot of interactivity with input signals, the ability to make some fairly simple, straightforward changes, but some simple, straightforward changes that are based on some external signal. The system also has an infrared receiver on it, so that, you know, if you want to send any kind of infrared signal to it, then you can do that as well. But so anyway, so those are that's just a hint of the sort of dynamic nature and the interactivity that's available with the error core.